I am back with you today to read another segment from my book, and this is from Tessa's perspective. Hope you enjoy. Gerald and Brothers Investigators is tucked between a coffee house and a stationery store, or the door is, on a traffic-busy downtown street. When I step inside, I'm met by a narrow flight of steep oak stairs leading to a second level. And as I start to climb, memories of an old detective movie come to mind. Humphrey Bogart and a frosted glass entrance attended to by a girl Friday. Very vogue. But reality hits about the time my foot lands on the top tread. Cheap cubicles and metal furniture, and poof! Visions of frosted glass and scarred wood are gone. Girl Friday, manning the reception desk, is 60 if she's a day. "Can I help you?" Her husky voice and parchment paper skin point to a heavy smoker. "I'm Tess O'Shea. I have an appointment." A couple clicks on her computer, not nearly as romantic as Grandma's Remington, and she nods. "Last cubicle on your right." I walk down the carpeted, cubicle-framed hallway until I reach the end. Sam Spade has the same comb-over and paunch as my accountant, and his name is Richard Stewart. "You must be Tess." He hops up and sticks out his hand. "I'm Rich." There was a time I'd have capitalized on the nickname for Richard, but given today's slang, he drops my hand and sweeps his toward the industrial gray chair facing his desk. I've clearly walked into an alternate universe. "Excuse me?" With a quick grin, he waits until I've taken my seat, a questionable move, before resuming his. "You know, private detective, Private Dick, and Dick is short for, I get it. Richard, clever." Out of the gazillion investigators in Sacramento, I had to choose this one. It's what I get for expecting Sam. "So tell me, Miss O'Shea, what can I do for you? You mentioned a background check." He plucks up a pen and produces a yellow legal pad from a desk drawer. "Yes, my father died recently. Sorry to hear that." "Thank you. Anyway, he put a virtual stranger in control of the estate. We don't know anything about him." "We?" "Oh, yes, my younger sister and I. He's running our business, which is..." He doesn't look up, but jots notes on the pad. "A restaurant in Placerville, Bella Cucina." "Italian?" "Yes." His head snaps up. I love Italian. My lips twitch in response. Well, who doesn't? Anyway, unless he's after my father's estate, his presence makes no sense to me. "And you want to know what his game is?" "Essentially, yes." "A background check won't necessarily give us that information, but it's a start. His name? Jake Holland. 2 L's? Yes. Social? Social what?" He looks at me, eyebrows raised. "I need a social security number." He doesn't tack on a duh, but his tone implies it. "I don't have that. Can't you just run the name?" Laying the pen aside, he leans back in his chair, hands folded over his paunch. "Do you have any idea how many Jake Hollands there might be in this country, if that's even his real name?" "I'm sure if it wasn't his real name, that would have been revealed in the last background check." His eyebrows furrow. He leans forward. "Last background check? You mean you've done this already?" "Not me, my father. Except without Jake's permission, I don't have access to it." Lips pursed, he looks at me with a thoughtful expression. Assessing my sanity, maybe? "So let me get this straight. Your father already ran a check on this man Jake." He looks down at his notes. "Holland. And Jake is aware of it?" "Yes. A virtual stranger, you said." "In the sense that we don't know anything about him." "How long have you personally known Mr. Holland?" "About a year." His eyebrows shoot up again. "That's hardly a stranger." "I already told you we know nothing about him." "Maybe you don't, but it sounds like your father did." "I suppose. Did you and your father have an adversarial relationship?" "Not at all. What is this joker getting at?" "Look, Miss O'Shea." He folds his elbows over the legal pad. "The fact is, without a social security number, I can't run a background check. But even if you could provide it, I'd give this some serious thought. It's obvious your father trusted this man enough to give him some authority over his estate. Now, if you have reason to doubt your father..." 5 minutes later, I'm back at my car, no closer to finding the truth. What Rich Stewart said makes sense, if I trusted Dad. It's not that I don't trust Dad, but anyone can be fooled into believing a false truth. Dad certainly wouldn't be the first person to fall into that trap. The end of this section. So I hope you'll come back next week. Bye.